The Prime Minister and the opposition leader have targeted the central Queensland seat of Capricornia this week. Both are no doubt acutely aware that the party that wins the marginal electorate is likely to govern the next parliament. The Labor MP Kirsten Livermore has represented Capricornia for the past 15 years, but has always shied away from media exposure. She's retiring at this year's election. Kirsten Livermore spoke to our political reporter Anna Henderson in Rockhampton.
Of course, we have to win seats to win government. The margin in Capricornia is not really that different to where it's been since I got in 1998. It's always really hovered between, say, 3.5% and 5.5%. Big spike up to 12% following the 2007 election. But really, if you put that to one side, it's pretty much where it's always been. It's never been a seat that Labor could take for granted.
And is it a little bittersweet for you? You were a strong supporter of Julia Gillard. You're now on stage with Kevin Rudd, reinstalled Prime Minister, first community cabinet in your electorate.
Oh yeah, well, first and foremost, I'm a Labor member of Parliament, and I want a Labor government to be recognised for what it's achieved for the last 6 years, and that's 6 years during which time both Kevin and Julia have contributed mightily to this country.
Do you think the carbon tax axing that Kevin Rudd has announced and detailed is going to be a big factor for people when they're deciding on how they vote?
Oh, look, I think it will on that level of, here's a government, responding to people's concerns.
This area has been developing rapidly and the resources industry has certainly taken hold here. Do you have any concerns about how the resources industry may affect the environment in areas of the electorate?
I've been a pretty outspoken advocate of taking a very careful approach to any kind of port development in this area, and I've been very strong in my opposition to any suggestion that the activities in Gladstone Harbour or that kind of development should move any further up the coast, particularly into the Fitzroy Delta.
You haven't been known as the most media-friendly of politicians. Why is that?
I've never been that comfortable with the performing seal aspect of the job, is what I call it. So it really comes down to that. I was just always really happiest doing my job rather than talking about it.
That is the member for Capricornia, Kirsten Livermore, speaking to Anna Henderson.